Hey creators, so today we are celebrating the blue moon of dreams and visions. This is a full moon. It is the second full moon in the month of August in 2023. Not only that, it is the brightest and closest supermoon of this year. Of course, blue moons don't happen very often. We actually are going to get another one next year, and then the next one after that won't be until 2026. This is also a very special one because it is smack in the middle of this crazy retrograde season. We have 9 different retrogrades happening this summer, and 7 of them are happening right now. We are about to transition from one retrograde into another. Venus is going to go direct on September 3rd, and Jupiter is then going to go retrograde the same day. So this has been pretty wild. And I know a lot of you have been expressing, I've definitely been feeling this, all of this old stuff coming up, old insecurities, old like exes showing up in our dreams, showing up in our lives, people that we haven't talked to in a long time that we maybe didn't want to hear from coming back. And we've also been having these situations come up that we probably haven't had to deal with in a really long time. I know I have had a couple of stories that have really triggered me and made me go, oh my gosh, is that still a thing for me? So I just want to let you know why that is happening. All of that is happening as a way for the cosmos to help you clear up energetic space. Get rid of stuff that doesn't need to be there anymore, that isn't serving your greatest good. So you can think of it as that little thing that pops up on your computer, notification that pops up on your computer that says, hey, you're running out of RAM space. But I found a whole bunch of stuff that you haven't used in a while, or that's really big and is taking up a lot of energy, or stuff that you've just never used that wasn't really needed in the first place. Can we just get rid of all this stuff? So all of that stuff that's been coming up for you this year that makes you go, why is this happening again? It's actually the cosmos, it's actually the universe asking you, hey, can we just get rid of this? Right? I don't see you using this. I don't see this as a useful part of your life. Can we just get rid of it and transmute that energy into a new energy? And all you have to say is yes. All you have to say is, yeah, I don't need that anymore. Thanks. I'm done with it. I'm going to shift my energy elsewhere. All you have to do is retract your energy from it. It's the simplest thing in the world and the hardest thing in the world, right? So what I've been encouraging you to do this week is to make a list of all that stuff that you don't need anymore and that you're going to be getting rid of, and to burn it. So if you haven't done that already, you can do that right now. Just grab the list. You can write it on a little piece of paper. Just write down your list and stick it in a jar. Now, I have here in this jar a whole bunch of stuff that I've been working on for the last couple of moon cycles. For those of you who are just tuning in now, I'll explain what's in here right now is a bunch of abilities that I wanted to amplify and new abilities that I wanted to invite. And now we're going to add to this mixture a bay leaf on which we have written our wish for the unseen. Now, let's talk about that a little bit more. What do I mean by that? This full moon, this blue moon in Pisces, with all those retrogrades are all about what's going on internally, what's going on with us inside our inner being, okay? Not this physical realm, but our inner being, okay? Our abilities, our energy. Pisces rules the unseen. And so having a full moon in Pisces right now is so auspicious. So we have this unprecedented opportunity right now to get a wish fulfillment around the unseen, some kind of ability that we want to have. And so it's not about the result. So let's say, for example, the result that you're looking for is, I want hundreds of thousands of dollars flowing into my bank account every day. Okay. That's the result that you want. So the ability there is the ability to attract massive amounts of money. And so you might phrase that as, I am a magnet for money. Money just wants to be around me. Money just loves my company. However you want to phrase it, whatever feels right to you. So really think about, what is the ability that brings the results that you want to experience? So I really recommend, again, because we're talking about the unseen, that you think about the feelings. Like, what does all that money give you in terms of feelings? Why do you want that money flowing into your account? Because you want to feel safe and secure, because you want to feel free, because you want to feel the excitement and exhilaration and the opportunities that come with having that much money, because you want to feel generous. Like, what is the actual feeling soup that you are trying to achieve? And then think about, what are the abilities that bring those into your life? And then we're going to word our wish in a very specific way. Like dealing with a genie, when you deal with the universe, you have to be very careful and specific in the wording of your wish. And so there are 3 rules that we need to follow. The first rule is that it needs to be in present tense. It has to be something that is happening right now. This is a really common mistake that I see people make when they make their wishes. They say, oh, I wish I could, or I wish I had, or that's giving the universe the directive to make it always out of reach, right? If it's happening in the past or in the future, then you can never reach it. So don't give your genie any excuse to mess with you, right? Make sure you're saying it in the present tense. I am, I have, I can, I do, right? Right here, right now. It is real, it is happening. The next thing is that it cannot be a negative. It has to be a positive. So you can't say, I don't want to experience this anymore. It's, I want to experience this. I want this. I am this. I feel this, right? Not, I don't. So, if what you're it's not about what you're trying to avoid, right? It's about what you are creating for yourself, the reality that you are stepping into. Because one thing I want to really clarify for you, this has actually become very, very clear to me just this week. I have been teaching manifestation for a long time, and I just understood this really deeply for the first time. We are not manifesting stuff into this reality. That is not how things work. So if you're thinking like, okay, I need to manifest into this reality like $1 million, that's not how it works. That $1 million already exists. Okay. Everything already exists. All energy already exists. All possibilities currently exist. We just aren't in that reality right now. And so what we need to do is shift to the reality where that already exists. And so instead of saying, I want to manifest $1 million into this reality, what we're doing by manifesting is actually shifting ourselves into the reality where that already exists. And so what we're doing with this wish is we are saying to the universe, this is the reality that I want to be sucked into. I want to be a vibrational match for this reality. I am a vibrational match for this reality. So shift me there, universe. What you want is wanting you. What you attract is attracting you. What you desire desires you. Okay? What you seek is seeking you actively. And the more you relax and enjoy the ride, the faster you are brought together with it. And so when we write this on here, I want us to understand that what we're saying is, I'm a vibrational match for this, and I am relaxing and trusting that it is going to come to me and I am going to come to it. And synchronistic opportunities for aligned action will bubble up now that I've made this order with the universe. And so this isn't about the how, okay? The how is not your business. The how doesn't even exist yet because you haven't made this order yet. Once you make the order, then the path appears. It's like, so you're in a labyrinth, right? But if you haven't decided what's at the center of that labyrinth, then you can't be led there. There is no path to something that doesn't exist yet. And so what you're doing is creating the center of your labyrinth with this, okay? And now from here on out, when you're headed toward this, right? Anytime you feel something that's like, ugh, this doesn't feel right. Okay, what that is, it's your resistance. Your resistance is like your constant companion on this little journey through the labyrinth. And its job is to let you know you're going the wrong way. Okay, so if you start just like, pounding your head against a wall, what it's going to do is blow this really loud, obnoxious whistle. And when you hear that whistle, that just makes you go, ugh, that doesn't feel good. You don't have to get mad at yourself for going the wrong way. You don't have to get mad at the whistle for blowing at you. It's trying to help. All you have to do is turn around and go the other direction. That's it. So, you got your wish. You're going to write it on a bay leaf if you have one. If not, that's fine. You can just write it on a piece of paper, but bay leaves are very magical. So, you're going to take your Sharpie, write your wish, your very carefully worded wish. Make sure it is clear and specific and focused, again, on the unseen, the ability, the feeling that you want to create, not the specifics of how or the specifics of what that you want. Make sense? It's not about the physical realm. This is about the unseen. Has to change in here before we can see it out here, right? You wouldn't draw a Sharpie smiley on your mirror. You have to change your face to see the reflection out here in the world around us. All right. So once you've done that, what we're going to do is take our jar. I'm going to take a candle. We've freed up all this energetic space. And so now that reality where this exists is a vibrational match for us. We're going to speak this out loud. I am a vibrational match for my ideal reality. Aligned abundance flows to and through me effortlessly and endlessly. And then we're going to light it on fire. This fire is transmutation magic. And we want to make sure that it burns all the way down. I'm going to burn everything in here because this is kind of like sending the signal up to the universe. Hey, here's my order. Sending a smoke signal here. And also because we don't need this anymore. We've already made the request. We don't need the physical. It's kind of like, again, when your computer makes suggestions for stuff that you could get rid of. One of the things that it often suggests you get rid of is the stuff you used in order to download software. Now, that software is now on your computer. You don't need that little package that you used in order to upload it. You can get rid of that. That's just the artifact. This is just an artifact. We don't need these pieces of paper. What we need is the energy, the vibration of what this is. And so what we're going to do while this burns down is just to feel the truth of that wish coming true. What it feels like to be a vibrational match for our ideal reality. To live in that ideal reality. To be completely free, completely supported. To have everything that we deeply desire come to us effortlessly. To know that no matter what we do, the universe is working on our behalf. To know that it's going to surprise and delight us with things we couldn't have even imagined for ourselves, that we couldn't have thought to ask for because we didn't even know that was a possibility. Okay? Just allow that to radiate. I know what freedom feels like. I know what joy feels like. I know what support feels like. I know what unconditional love feels like. I know what wealth feels like. I know what power feels like. I know what ability feels like. I know what appreciation feels like. Any desired feelings, just say out loud that you know what that feels like. Affirm that with yourself. Remind yourself that you know what that feels like. And if you know what that feels like, then you can feel it. You can feel it right here and now. And I invite you to do that. Mm. Now, this is going to burn for a while. I'm just going to let that burn. And while I do, I'm going to go ahead and do some journaling. And I invite you to do the same. What I'm journaling here is just how it feels to live in this ideal reality that I'm going to shift to now that I'm a vibrational match for it. I'm going to describe it in as much detail as possible. And I invite you to do the same. Happy blue moon, my creators. Much love to all of you.